Hello everyone, my name is Rajesh Kumar and I'm your DevOps SRE DevSecOps coach. I have close to 18 plus years of experience working in multiple MNCs around the globe and having in-depth knowledge of DevOps, SRE and DevSecOps. So I would like to introduce you one certification program in a DevOps, and that is we call it DevOps Certified Professional. Now this is a 2 months of program, 25 tools of DevOps you will learn, and apart from that you will also get the access to the LMS, lifetime access to the videos portal. It's a certification program, and you will have 25 assignments and 2 projects along with it. It's a completely weekend program, so here you have classes on Saturday and Sunday. So as part of this course, you will learn multiple things. Here you see that you will learn Linux, AWS, Docker, Jira, Confluence, Python, Git with GitHub, Sonarqube, Maven, Gradle, Packer, Artifactory, Selenium, JMeter, Ansible, Kubernetes, Helm, Terraform, Jenkins, Datadog, Splunk, and Neuralink. Now, how do we, apply for this? So how can you reach out to us? So you have a WhatsApp number and email ID. So please reach out to us, and we'll help you to onboard this program. Apart from this DevOps certified professional programs, we are offering other certifications as well in a DevSecOps, SRE, and one of the very comprehensive programs which we have is in Master in DevOps Engineering. Yeah, so feel free to get in touch with us and then enroll for it. Thank you. So the first question is, which I have in my mind, what is Sonarqube, right? So understand in this way. What we did, we have a plan. Plan means we have a requirement. Requirement typically we use Jira for requirement gathering and all. Task management we use Jira. Now after the requirement is done, we want to code for it, correct? And when we want to code for it, then we use which tool for versioning and all and storing the code? Which one?
Good, good.
Huh. So we use Git and GitHub, correct? I think we have learned the Git and GitHub. So that is one thing. But after the coding, we want to analyze the code, review, you can say code review. Okay. So the code is good, not good. So all these things. So this is the area which I'm focusing right now. Review, code review. Okay. And after that build will happen, packaging will happen, deployment will happen, and many other stuff also, testing will happen. So what is Sonarqube in that context? So Sonarqube is a quality management tool. Yeah, quality management tool. Now tool means you understand what is a tool. Tool will save your cost, tool will save your time, tool will save and improve your efficiency in the work, quality of the work basically. So this we understand. Okay. So this is time, cost and quality. So these are the three things which you get it. Time in the sense of what? The cost saving how, and quality how. We'll discuss a little bit of it in this. But here management means we know that. Okay, managing means something managing, and I think we all are understanding very well. But when I say quality here, what is the quality I'm talking about? Quality management. What kind of quality you're managing through the Sonar? So here we are managing the two quality, code quality and test quality. Okay. So these are the two things which you want to manage, and then for that we are using Sonarqube. Code quality means something which what we do. So let's say we used to do earlier code for code quality. We used to do the peer code review. Peer code review means, let's say I will write a code and my seniors who's having better programming knowledge and all, he will review. So peer code review. Now in the test quality, we want to have a test cases results, correct? No? Results. So something like that. we want to manage it. But this area will not focus this one. Uh, in this session, we'll focus more on this part. Okay. So what is Sonarqube? So using Sonarqube, you manage quality, code quality of the source code. Are you understanding, all of you?
Yes.
So peer code review is a manual work. Okay. So let's say I wrote my code, and if my leads are busy, so typically this get delay a lot. Lots of disadvantage which we have. So what about automating this process? So automating this process, let's say that code review, when you automate it, we call it static code analysis. Static code analysis. This process called static code analysis. That means in the static code analysis, here we what we do, code review a code. Did you understand this statement? Code review a code. Anyone?
No.
Let's see. I have a code, and that review is not done by human, but code itself. Like there is one code which will read another code and tell whether you follow the best practices or not. There is a one code which read the other code and tell you whether you have some variable which you defined but not used it. You have opened up a database but not closed it. Connections. Are you understanding now? All of you?
Yeah.
So here in static code analysis, code itself review the code. Now we'll say, Rajesh, okay, then where are the tools? I mean, what are the tools, static code analysis tools are there? So let's understand this. Just type in Google static code analysis tools. And here, if I go to the Wikipedia, here, this one, you can press this and see so many static code analysis tools are there. Okay, look at this. So many tools are there. Don't get scared. You don't have to learn through all this. So many. For Java, you see that check style, find bugs. So many tools are there. Like, so spend some time here. Code analysis tools. So finally, we understand. Okay, there is a tools available for static code analysis tool, which review the code and get you the quality. Okay, so here, this code which review the code, can I call it rule? So let's call it the rule. But guys, you know what? One rule will review one specification. Understand that. One rule review one spec in code, one problem in code. So what you need, you want to check hundreds of things. So can I have 100 rule to check 100 specification in a code? Are you getting my points, all of you?
Yes, Rajesh.
Yeah. So can I this 100 rules, 100 code basically, 100 code. See this code we call it rule. This rule we have hundreds of rule to check hundreds of things in the code. This hundreds of rule, can I call it one tool? Because hundreds of rule means we'll have hundreds of code, right? So let's call it a tool actually. So tool review hundreds of spec in the code. And this tool which you see, this tool is nothing but this one which I said here. These are the static analysis tools. So when we say these tools, okay, let's talk about the check style. Okay, so in the check style, there's one tool. You have hundreds of rules. These rules are nothing but a code, and which will this kind of they will try to find out violation and for the coding standard and all stuff like that. Someone for the bugs, someone for security issues and all kind of things. So different tools. So now you understand this concept, all of you.
Yes.
Then you will say, Rajesh, there is a lots of tools in this page, and which will do the review for the source code, okay, and get you the results, correct? So why we are learning SonarQube in this case? Why we are learning? So understand this problem for the enterprise, not yours. You are a developer, you learn any tools and you have a wonderful life. But the problem for the organization is, understand this. This is a one guy, okay, and okay, and this is his laptop, and he's writing Java code, HTML code, and PHP code. So for Java code, what he did, he applied three tools. When I say tools means these are the one. Okay. And for HTML also, he applied two tools, and PHP also, or Python, let's say four tools. Why you have to apply four tools? Because each tools have a different types of testing, no? So like that. So how? So now you have a 3 plus 2 plus 4. So how many reports you got it after running the on the code? 4. So 3 plus 2, 5, 9. 9 reports you got. 9 reports you get it daily, multiplied by 30 days. So how many reports you got? See here. Uh, anyone? I'm very bad in calculation.
270.
270. Correct? So this is something which you got in reports. How many reports? Look at this. Imagine only one developer, 270 reports. Now you know this guy, whatever he's doing, managers is having no idea, other team is having no idea, there is no visibility. So whether he's going up, I mean his code is improving or not improving, in terms of number of issues you have more, there's no idea. Now think about the organizations like this. Every programmer in the organization, so how many programmers you will have? Now you know that, I don't have to tell you. So look at this mess created. Okay, so look at this mess created. So many programmers have the same problem. See, same problem. So now how this manager or enterprise architect or your organizations will come to know overall, are we improving or not improving? Where do we store the reports? Where do we see who is adding? Understand that there's a first problem. I want to know, as an enterprise, I want to know who is adding bad code. First thing. Second thing, I want to know overall my project is improving or not improving. That in terms of number of bugs, number of code issues you have less or more over the period of time. I want to know whether the issue is there, but it's fixed or not. And I don't have one project. I have a 30 projects, different projects. So enterprise wants some sort of visibility, some sort of control about what is going on in my project. What each engineers are doing it, whether they are writing a good code, bad code, they are fixing it or not. Technical debt, basically this keyword is called technical debt. So you are writing a code. So now we'll say, Rajesh, why do we need to review this code? So let me tell you in a very simple way, not giving you long big jargons, why we have to do the code review. Simple. 70%, 70% of the bugs found in the software because of bad coding practices, not because of bad testing, bad coding practices. So I'll put it in this way. Just think about it. Let's say my company has 100 rupees of budget for the software development. So what we did, and the company has a plan to sell a software at 120 rupees. Why 120 rupees you want to sell the software? Because 125 rupees your competition is already selling the software. Okay, so I want to sell, I mean company want to sell that software little bit lesser than the competitor. So now we set like we'll do the development of the software in 100 rupees. So we started developing 100 rupees. And finally we develop a software in 100 rupees only, and we started selling the software in 120 rupees. But what has happened, because of bad coding standard, bad processes and all, what has happened? Lots of bugs getting introduced, security issues, memory issues, loading issues, performance issues. Lots of bugs is being introduced by the uh, when you are using the software. So now you are already selling the software at 120 rupees, and same time you committed like you will give a very good software. So what do you need to do? You need to do the code. What do you say? We call it code and code correction. Code correction, simple word. In India, we call it bug fixing, right? So now what will happen? We'll have a bug fixing things. So now you understand that 100 rupees you spend on the development. Now you'll spend 30 to 40 rupees on bug fixing. So it'll become the cost of the software will become 140 rupees. You are selling at the software at 120 because you cannot sell more than that because of competition. So now your project is at loss. And when it's loss, it's called technical debt. And because of high debt, high tech losses, lots of company or project die also. Are you understanding logic, all of you?
Yeah, Rajesh.
Yeah. So it's very important. Code analysis is very important. It created technical debt if you do not do that. Okay. So now I was discussing about this problem. So how do we do that? So there is a one thing. I means company wants to all the tools means now you know that what is a tools, to keep it at one place. Company wants all the reports to keep it at one place by all developers, all the projects. Company wants to have a visualization whether are we progressing or not. Company wants to know who is the person who's adding the bad code, okay, and whether it's getting fixed or not, and how much of technical debt is there. So overall, this is something which we want. That is where the Sonarqube is coming into the picture. So this is the Sonarqube, okay, server, and this is your laptop, okay. This is your laptop. I'm just talking about the only one developers right now. So this is the laptop. This is developer. He will work on this laptop. So now when we look at the Sonarqube server, you have a database here. Okay. This database can be any RDBMS like Postgres, like MS SQL and all. MySQL I'm not said because recently they have deprecated it. And then here you have a dashboard UI, you can say. I'll show you that. And then here you have a rules. Now what is a rules? You know that a rules is nothing but a code which will review the code, correct? Now this you know that what is a code, rule, tool, all this thing, I assume you know that. So here all the rules you have at one place, UI and database. Now this is a source code. So now theoretically if you remember, this rule should be running on the code, correct? Now this rule code, remember that here I said code will review the code, correct? So this rule should be running on the code, and then you get the reports. That is how it works. So, but this laptop and this server you have at a distance. So, what to do? In this case, one more component I should add it in this architecture, and that is called scanner. This you can say, you can take it up as like an agent. Okay. So this agent, mind it here, whatever I'm saying, the agent you run on the code, and this agent will read that code, what kind of code you have it, code directories, and then this scanner will go to the server and download the rules and apply the rules on the code. Then multiple rules when you apply on the code, this you get reports somewhere here, and scanner send this report to database. And now this reports you have here, and from the database you have a very nice UI, and here you can find out your project status, who is the person who created a bad code, why that is bad code, where that is, okay, and all this information. Did you understand, all of you?
Yes.
Uh,
Yeah, Rajesh.
yeah. So this is something which, so here in a Sonarqube server, this is server, you have a lots of rules, UI and database. And here in the laptop, you have a scanner and the source code. Okay. So this is something which you have. So now
So,
we
Rajesh,
understood. Yeah, tell me.
Rajesh, hello.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so why cannot we run our code on Git? This is scanner on Git. Why we need a agent on every machine?
So why can we not run the code on Git? So Git is for versioning. I think you're talking the GitHub, right?
Yeah, GitHub, sorry.
Yeah. So GitHub also we run this. GitHub have a scanner inbuilt scanner already. So here, see this functionality, code analysis functionality. Nowadays you have at each platform. You have at the GitHub, GitLab, SonarQube, but the one which is very popular in this market is Sonarqube, because Sonarqube has given a dedicated interface for managing entire quality. So you will see the Sonarqube, and then you will see the GitHub capability. There's a huge difference actually. Okay, so this functionality you have at many platforms.
Okay.
Okay, so now we have this. Now what to do? So in terms of architecture, we understood architecture. We have understood we need server. Okay, I'll set it up, and then we need scanner. Okay, which is here, and then we need a source code to review the code. That's all. So three things we need. So what is Sonarqube? So you understand it's managing the quality. Now this tool is written in Java. Uh, when it say written in Java, that means simply you should not ask a question like can I install in Linux or Windows or Mac, because you know the Java is a platform independent, so literally you can install anywhere. And the same thing, second question automatically will be answered. The moment it's running in Java, then you need a GRE or GTK to run the software. Okay, so you understand that. On top of that, they have a multiple releases actually. Okay, so release something like community release, which I'm trying to show you, and they have a developer release also, and they have enterprise release also. There some differences are there. You can spend time once you get comfortable with uh, you know what do you say, SonarQube, then you can spend time comparing here. You see, community edition, developer edition, enterprise edition. So there are certain differences are there which you can find it. So you can compare. later once you know all the functionality of community edition. It will be easy. Okay, so this is the one. Now the company who developed this one, the company name is Sonar Source. That's the company's name. So yeah, so Sonarqube is for quality management tool, and this is the architecture. So can we start showing the demo now, all of you?
Yeah.
Okay, so first thing, you can take up any boxes and you have a server installed. Okay, so server need to be installed. So how do we do that? So first Java, right? So I think Java already I installed as part of the last demo. Let me check this. Uh, this is 1.8, which I don't need actually. So I need 11. So yum, I'll become a first root sudo hyphen s. Then what I'm going to do is yum list installed. Yum. Real software installed. I want to remove that 1.8. So Java. And here I should be getting some. Hmm. So these are the packages installed. I'll just remove it. So I installed the Java. Let me check this. We have Java. No. So now what to do? So I'm going to install Java. So Java install Duplication DevOps School, and this is the tutorial. So CentOS 7, I mean CentOS 8 I am using, so I need 11. So here, this is the OpenJDK is more than sufficient. So here, now one thing I want to tell you. So Sonarqube, you cannot install using root user. Okay, always keep in mind, you cannot install as a root user. Why? So Sonarqube, you have one component which is called Elasticsearch, which is cannot be run as a root. So that's the reason. So I'm installing as a root, but I have to become a normal user. Okay. So you see Java, you have installed now 11, and I'll become a normal user now, Rajesh. Okay, this is my directory. Now how do we do that? So let's go and download it. So here, copy link address, wget, and I download this URL. Nothing great you have to do. So here, this Sonarqube is coming up with one default database, which is H2. You don't need to install any database for learning purpose. So for when you are using for the production, then you have to use it. So Sonarqube here. Now all the software for Sonarqube, libraries, jar files, and all you will find inside here. If you install any plugins, it will be here. This is the Elasticsearch which I was talking about.
If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video.
Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest.
Thanks for watching.